Hi, this is Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and you're watching the Mayor's Message. Hi, I'm Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and welcome to this edition of the Mayor's Message. We've got with us a great public servant and fast becoming a good friend. And many of you may know him from his work at Burger King here in Manchester, but David Nipper. David is the chairman of our Coffee County, our Wastewater Authority. They have one major project here in the county. I'll let him talk about it. David, tell us why you wanted to do this. Volunteer, by the way, which is never fun, but very critical what you do. A lot of state oversight involved and federal oversight, and David's got a lot of management experience, but tell us your story, David.
Absolutely. Well, Wayside is our biggest project in the county right now. As everybody knows, if you've kept up with the times in the past 17 years, Wayside Acres has been a problem, problematic area for the county, and we finally just started turning a corner in that problematic area to where we've seen a lot of positivity coming out of that area. We fixed a lot of things for that community out in that area by lowering some rates for them to where we're seeing wastewater go up in our city right now. Mm-hmm. We've seen the city side go up by 19%. We've watched the county side for Wayside area go down by 7%. So it's a big financial plus for them. So my involvement in that was, why are we paying out so much? What's going on? How do we fix this for the county? And
real quick, if I may, let's go there. But let's talk about why Wayside's a problem historically, and
Sure.
And the geography there is unique. And there's no infrastructure that either the city of Manchester or the county has to solve this problem. So talk about the infrastructure, and then let's move forward to the finances. If you
Sure. The infrastructure out there was point blank. There should have never been houses built out there. They never perked. So the state had to
swampy.
It was swampy. There was flooding. There should have never been houses put out there because they couldn't get a septic tank.
And I remember one of the first issues I dealt with when I was first elected or talked about was Wayside Acres. And then in about 2016, it flared up quite a bit again. Bottom line is, this is a neighborhood, once again, everything in Manchester is very sensitive because we're at the headwaters of the Duck River,
right,
which is the most ecologically diverse river in North America. So there's extra scrutiny on every house, every septic tank that could be leaking or could be failing in that area. And TDEC issued a lot of notices of violation, and there were some problems with landowners being culpable probably if something wasn't done. So fast forward real quick. Myself and Senator Bowling were able to increase the headroom of the step system out there. Step system, basically a little mini sewer out there. It encompasses several acres in the backside of Wayside Acres, and those houses tie into that, and it's like a mini wastewater treatment facility before the seepage is allowed back out. So we were able to increase the headroom of that to allow more houses to come on board and fix the issue with TDEC. And then, of course, the finances, we want to make sure the county at large isn't culpable for the finances. So there's a debt that's there. There's a service of that debt. We also want to make sure the homeowners can live out there affordably. So that's fast forwarding to where we are today in your role.
Which is kind of the backbone of where we were, because if the step system wasn't placed out there, a lot of these homes that were built out there would have been condemned by TDEC.
Right.
And that was a big part of that. So the step system really helped. And we're seeing that be a big part of bigger cities, and we're going to see that more in the future in the county, the step system.
North Coffee has a step system here, right. North Coffee Elementary. So what's the debt that the authority carries right now, and what's the plan to pay that off?
Well, we're looking at roughly right now, we're at about $114,000 left remaining. And we will see that debt relieve us probably within the next 20 months.
Man, that's great. You've been very aggressive in the last year with the new board and working this out and coming up with solving problems. Once that debt's paid off, where does the money go that the landowners are paying now?
Well, we're looking into doing a freshwater system out there. That's the next step, is to relieve some of the flooding in the areas, to do a freshwater system and get that took care of in that community and get some grants involved out there so that the people of that area don't see as much standing water, and get some pumping systems and a retention pond put in out in that area. That's our next step.
That's great, man, because an area we're obviously going to continue to develop out there for a lot of reasons, and we need to be proactive with it, not reactive. And I appreciate your proactivity. We're planning for the future. We've got to get utilities that are functional to our residents,
Right.
And I applaud that. I applaud you and the authority. And real quick, we need to wrap up. But in the real life, in the day job, what do you do?
I run a district for Burger King. I run a region that runs from Dunlap, Tennessee, all the way up to Nashville and back down to Huntsville, Alabama.
Very cool. Very cool. Man, thank you so much. Once again, this gentleman volunteers his time and his management expertise and his energy with a very aggressive board of qualified people to solve this problem, which has been lingering for about 20 years. Mark Cunningham did a great job as his predecessor, and it's just it's been a sore spot for the county for a long time on really getting a grip on it. It's been difficult, and now it's maturing, and you're being proactive. I appreciate it so much. And if people need to get a hold of you or hold of the Wastewater Authority, how would they do that?
Absolutely. They can call up here and talk to the county, and they'll give them my personal information, or they can go to Hillsville and they'll give them my information there.
Hillsville Utility District, or call me or Sam or Connie in the office, 931-723-5100. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Mayor's Message, and we'll see you next week.